Hi everyone, Martin here with more down-to-earth teachings on mediumship without the fluff. So in today's video I want to talk about the ideas of lost souls and earthbound spirits, and this is a topic that I'm asked routinely about. One of the most common questions I get is about lost souls and earthbound spirits. And I want to talk about why I don't believe in this concept and why I find it can be quite harmful and damaging. And one of the things that most irritates me is when I see a medium on the platform, or I hear about a medium who does a sitting and tells the sitter or the recipient that their loved one did not make it to the spirit world and that somehow they got lost or they're trapped and they didn't arrive there, because that causes such a great deal of pain and suffering. So that's what I'm going to talk about in today's video, so if it sounds of interest, do stay with me. Okay, so lost souls and earthbound spirits. This is a controversial area. The idea of lost souls and earthbound spirits is not accepted by many mediums, myself included. If what I teach resonates with you, go with it. If it doesn't, feel free to let it go. I don't mind. So the idea of a lost soul. Somehow there's this strange idea that we have the spirit world here, we have the earth here, and we've got this gap in between, this no man's land, this void. That some people, when they pass to the spirit world, they don't make it from the earth to the spirit world. They somehow get lost in between in this void. And for me, I think it's a crazy idea, I really do. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And I've no idea where it came from. I really don't. I've not come across many books that teach this concept. And it may have been passed down from medium to medium, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. For me, there is no such thing as a lost soul. For me, no one is lost in the eyes of the spirit world. No one is lost in the eyes of the divine intelligence, the creator, God, call it what you will. God, the creator, knows the whereabouts of all souls. No one is lost. No one is beyond the reach of the spirit world. So the concept of a lost soul really doesn't make any sense at all to me. And I hope it doesn't to you either. So let me talk about the idea of earthbound spirits. This is an idea that some spirits are trapped on the earth, that they're unable to go to the spirit world, that somehow there's a gap to cross that's too great. They're stuck here, they're stuck in the earthly energy and they can't move forward. Again, that doesn't resonate with me. It sounds a bit of a crazy idea. I don't believe it to be true. I don't believe that spirits can be stuck on the earth vibration. As soon as we pass to the spirit world, I believe we are in the spirit world. I believe that as soon as we leave behind this body, we are spirit. We are in the spirit world. There is no gap to get across. There is no man's land. There is nothing to cross. We're there. There's no barrier to stop us moving into the spirit world. The very act of passing takes us to the spirit world. So nobody can be trapped or stuck or lost. So I also believe that everyone is met. No matter who you are, you're met. You're helped. Your loved ones will come forward from the spirit world to help you. In 95% plus of cases, the passing is expected. Spirit are aware of it, and your loved ones will already be aware of it and come forward to meet you. And there's many cases where people who aren't close to the point of passing say their loved ones who are in the spirit world have come forward. Their loved ones are here with them. With my own granddad, he said that they're all here. They've all come forward to meet me. And he was really ill, he was in and out of consciousness, but he had this lucid moment right at the end where he said they're all here, they've all come forward to meet me. And this happens regularly. There are many reports of this. And that's because your loved ones, as they see you moving from this life into the next, they come forward to welcome you, they come forward to meet you, they come forward to make it a smooth transition for you. So that's 95% plus of cases. I'd say in the 5% or less cases where someone passes very suddenly, unexpectedly, or instantly, say with just a sudden heart attack and they've gone, in those cases it's not a slow transition, it's not a slow passing, spirit won't already be present. But at the moment somebody passes into the spirit world, spirit will be aware of that, they will come forward. Your loved ones will come forward to help. If you don't have loved ones in the spirit world, spirit helpers will come forward to help. At the moment of transition, the moment of passing, everybody is met. Somebody will come forward in that instant to meet you. So rest assured, your loved ones don't get stuck in the spirit world. They don't go to the spirit world and they're lost and they're wandering around wondering what's gone on. Someone will come forward to help them. Absolutely. So to recap, at the point of passing, You are automatically in the spirit world. There is no man's land to cross. You go from this world, and as you pass out of this world, you are a spirit. You are in the spirit world. You made it to the spirit world. You're not trapped, you're not stuck, you're not lost, and you're always met. That's important to recognize. So if you're finding what I'm saying helpful so far, do hit the like button, do leave me a comment at the end of the video. So let me talk to you now about the idea of spirits coming close to the earth, and are they earthbound spirits? Now, all souls, all spirits have choice and free will. They're all able to come close to the earth if they desire or choose. And all spirits have the opportunity to visit people and places they like, they love, they care about. It's very common for your loved ones to draw close to you. In fact, we all want that. We all want those loved ones we've lost to be close around us, to move close to us, to be aware of what's happening in our lives. We want that. And we wouldn't want that to not happen. So, of course, it's possible for spirits to come close to the earth, your family, your friends. If there's a place you love as well, you can come close to that place. You can be around that place, absolutely. They can visit places that they liked, places that they've worked in, places that they've lived in, places that they've enjoyed. You can go back and visit them from the spirit world. And for me, that's just normal. It's not an earthbound spirit. It's just what spirit can do. It's that choice they have, that's that ability they have to come close to the earth. It doesn't mean they're earthbound spirits, far from it. And I'll give you a couple of examples that illustrate this. One of these is a video that you can find, a news story on the Gordon Higginson tribute channel on YouTube that I put up there. And basically in a pottery in Stoke-on-Trent, a lot of people believed it was haunted. They believed there was someone stalking around there. They felt an energy there, things were moved. And Gordon Higginson went along to investigate, and he found out it was one of the ladies who used to work there for decades. And she wanted to be close to all her workmates. She wanted to revisit her workspace. She wanted to be around that energy that she so enjoyed in her life. Why wouldn't she want to be close to all her friends in that workplace? And so once Gordon gave all the evidence, it became clear who it was. She just loved to come back and be amongst them. And that's all it was. It's not a haunting. It's just spirit drawn close to the earth again. I'll give you another example. I was contacted by a carer who asked me to go and see a lady who was in her 90s, who was very scared because she felt spirit touch her. And she felt there was a spirit in her house and she was very worried about it. So I went along and I tuned in and I brought forward all this evidence, and he said, yeah, that's my husband. Everything I gave, that's my husband. And her husband was close around her. And when I asked him what his message was, he felt that there'd been like some care issues and she'd not been receiving the care she was meant to have. And that was all correct. And so your loved ones know when you need help, they know and they care about you, and they are around you, supporting you, helping you. It doesn't mean they're earthbound. It's not a haunting. It's just that your loved ones are able to draw close. Remember, they have that choice. They have that free will. So let me talk a little bit about rescue work as well, because I don't really get rescue work. It's not something that resonates with me, not something I would recommend people do. For me, if spirit don't get lost, trapped or stuck, they don't really need rescuing, do they? So I don't think rescue work is even the right word for it. And think about it. If someone in the spirit world needs help, who is best placed to help them? The spirit world, surely. If someone needs help in the spirit world, then how can we help if we are not in the spirit world? Surely it's spirit who will do the helping. Your loved ones in spirit will come forward, or spirit helpers with the right skills and knowledge will come forward to help. If someone needs help, that person's loved ones are the best people to help. They know them, they trust them. So for me, the spirit world is where the help is coming from, and we really don't need to do a great deal. So the idea of doing rescue work, it doesn't really fit for me. I know it does for some, but it doesn't for me. For those reasons, in that if we don't get lost, stuck or trapped, then why do we need it? We don't. So let me talk now about poor mediumship around lost souls and earthbound spirits. Many cases where mediums say, oh, your loved one didn't make it to the spirit world, they're lost, they're stuck, they're trapped, you've got to pray for them, they need rescuing, and that just causes pain, it causes suffering, it causes lots of harm for those people here, for the sitter, for the recipient who receives that message. If you were told that someone you care about deeply, that they've just passed and they haven't made it to the spirit world and they're somehow lost in the void, you would be deeply upset and hurt, and that would cause you a lot of suffering. So I just do not understand why mediums do it. I really don't. And it's down to poor understanding. It's down to, if you like, incorrect beliefs. if I see it, I would challenge it, because I don't believe it to be true at all, for all the reasons I've just given. And some mediums say, well, the person's loved one hasn't come through, they can't come through, so that must mean that they're lost or stuck, because they've not been through in the 3 years they've passed. It must mean that they're trapped, stuck, lost, in no man's land. No, there are so many reasons why your loved ones are not necessarily coming through instantly at the moment of passing. I made a whole video on it. So I shall link to the card above with a link to that video. Why have your loved ones not come through a medium? So that, just because they haven't come through, it doesn't mean they're stuck, doesn't mean they're trapped, doesn't mean they're lost. No, don't do it. But the people who do it don't necessarily change, I don't think. And one example that I heard about that I thought was wonderful was where a medium was working on platform, and he told the lady in the audience, oh, your loved one, your mum, hasn't made it to the spirit world. Your mum is stuck. Everybody in the audience needs to pray for her. Everybody in the audience needs to send healing energy so your mum can get to the spirit world. Quick as a flash, the recipient replied, well, she came through last week through a medium, and she's been through loads of mediums in the past, so I don't know what's going on. And now for me, that should have told the medium that what they're saying is rubbish. It should have changed their beliefs. But whether it did or didn't, I suspect it probably didn't. But it should do. And we should call out bad practice like that when we see it, because I think it can be so damaging to people where that happens. And one lady came to see me for a sitting, and she'd been told several years ago that her mum was stuck, her mum was trapped, her mum was a lost soul, and she'd been worrying about me causing her so much pain and suffering for those years. I was able to link with her mum, bring her forward, resolve the issue for her and help her. But mediums can cause a lot of harm by doing that, and it really is a very poor practice. I do not recommend it at all, as you'll have gathered. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope it's brought comfort to those who've lost loved ones to know that your loved ones do arrive straight away in spirit. They are met. There's no problems whatsoever. And I hope it helps us challenge some of these ideas doing the rounds of trapped souls, lost souls, earthbound spirits. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave me a comment. If you enjoy my teaching, do subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos. So I hope you got lots from it, and I look forward to seeing you all again in the next one.